warm track heat with Chief Meteorologist Mark Prater and an expert on how the heat impacts our body. Mark?
Yeah, Jim, we have Dr. Lauren Walter with us from UAB. She works in the emergency room there, and obviously this is a time of the year that a lot of moms and dads are really concerned about the heat index, and that is something that we often forget because that's when your body is trying to cool, but it can't because there's too much water in the atmosphere. And we cool by perspiration, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Evaporation is our primary mechanism for cooling down when the weather is as hot as it is and the humidity is so high.
If mom and dad taking kids out to play, whether it's sports, practice, maybe even somebody who's working in the yard, what are some things to look for symptom-wise?
So typically, as you're kind of developing a heat-related illness or heat exhaustion, you're going to develop some nausea, potentially even vomiting, fatigue, generalized weakness, some muscle cramping, headache. All of those can be red flags or signs that you may be suffering from a heat-related illness.
Okay, there was a discussion we had today about kids who are in pools. Can they get dehydrated while swimming for a long period of time?
Absolutely, because they're not taking in any fluids, despite the fact that they're swimming in gallons of it. They're not drinking any fluids. They're still exposed to the sun, which is absolutely going to dehydrate them. So absolutely.
And you do perspire when you're swimming and exercising.
You do, and if you're swimming, you may not be as cognizant of it because you're already wet. So.
Okay, we are going to get a break from the heat, but we have plenty of summer to go. Let's quickly talk about how many cases are coming in. Is it pretty common this time of year?
It is very common this time of year, particularly kids. We see folks who are working outdoors, whether that's a profession or just out with the family working outside. Oftentimes elderly folks who may not have mobility or access to air conditioning. Absolutely, we see them unfortunately quite commonly this time of year.
And we have a lot of folks who've been here their entire lives and refuse to get air conditioning and fans, so watch for those symptoms.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Walter.
you.
And Jamie, we'll talk